We'll no longer have ClassPass as part of the studio because it's not in line with our vision. You could give some more reasons there. One of the suggestions, it's really, you got to make sure that you can write this and make it sound kind of sexy and nice. But we have had some success by messaging and saying straight up, the truth is ClassPass is not a fit for the studio because it undermines the value of the studio. It's not our control. They don't really pay us anything when people come in on ClassPass. We also don't think that it supports your practice properly because it limits you. So for that reason, we're dropping it. We've had some success with that message. So if that's your style, you could go that way too. And then the big thing is I would make them an offer. At least in 3 studios in the group in the last year, when we've dropped ClassPass, we've sent an offer and we've sold enough of that offer to cover what they were previously making in a year from ClassPass. So that would be a good goal to try to hit. And that might be like whatever. Before we did like a discounted 10-pack or something like that. Right now it might look a little bit different, but yes. Janelle is asking, what if you have a huge amount of people on autopay memberships? Would you then allow ClassPass people to come in as well, or is there a ratio or some math equation to decide what that looks like? Yeah, it's tricky, Janelle, because with your studio and its theoretical capacity at a limited number, and because of your membership model, which is really awesome, what I would say is you might actually have to make that hard decision where you straight up say you have to have a monthly membership to access classes for phase 1. Period. If you don't, sorry, you can't come into physical classes. You can keep coming to virtual classes, but you have to have an actual membership. And then, as we said, that might be where you actually reach out to your ClassPack people and be like, yo, why don't you just upgrade? Why don't you upgrade, get access to this, get full access to our virtual stuff, I'll credit your remaining classes and you transition them over. Yeah, I think the second part of Janelle's question, you're asking about the specific formula for like how many people per class, or can you practice X times per week or whatever else. And we did touch on this last time. I would highly recommend that you guys remind yourselves to not create work where you don't need to create work for you. And that the best methodology is to have to police the least number of things possible. So if you're going to police something, like it should be really cut and dry, shouldn't be up for question, and it should be easy for you to enforce on, and you should be very willing to enforce on it. So the reason I say this is, if it was me, I would probably look at this time right now as, it's this kind of pass that lets you book classes, and you can decide what that fits for your studio. You might maybe have to pre-register. If you don't show up, there's a fee. That's it. Like, I'm not going to babysit you otherwise. I'm not going to control things otherwise. Maybe, like, if you're a studio that you just know, because some of us are that studio where, like, we could list right now 24 people that are going to book for every class that we have on the schedule out of the gate, and you have a very limited schedule. Maybe you say 1 per day. But the whole, like, you can only take 2 a week or whatever else, I would be really reluctant to do that, personally. I just feel like it's a tough message to get across. It's a lot of effort to police, and is it really worth the battle if you have those other things in place?